What's up, everybody? Tim Stoddard here with SoberNation.com. Welcome to the Ask Sober Nation show. What we do is every Wednesday, I take your questions. You submit your questions on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, and then I answer them through this video. We'll submit it on Facebook, we'll submit it on YouTube, and we also submit it into a blog post, which gets posted the following week. So, without further ado, we're going to get started. Jake, what's the first question?
So, first question is about physical health and recovery. So, do you find that your physical health is important to you while in recovery?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say for me personally, it's probably the most important thing that I do. It's also just kind of a hobby of mine, you know, like exercise and fitness I've always been interested in. But for me, it's a combination of two things, right? I like my exercise because I like to be healthy and I like to get my endorphins up or whatever, but it's also sort of my form of meditation. I find that when I'm running or I'm lifting, there's like not enough space in my head to be thinking of other stuff other than what I'm doing at that moment. So it's how I meditate and it's how I stay mentally sharp. So absolutely, I'd advocate exercise to anybody in recovery, or really just anybody at all, but especially people in recovery.
Awesome. That's a perfect segue into our next question. We got a question that says, I find it hard to meditate. First off, do you meditate, and if so, how do you do it?
I mean, that's a great question. Obviously, I just talked about how exercise is a bit of a form of meditation. I've definitely tried to do more of like the transcendental, I think that's how you call it, transcendental meditation. I've gone on like waves with it where I've gotten really into it and I've woken up in the morning and like, you know, sat in the corner and the whole like stance, and it definitely helps. I enjoy it. I read a book once called The Tao of the Wu, written by RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. And he had a great chapter where he talked about these long walks that he would go to. And I think it's still the best definition of meditation that I heard, where he said that for him, meditation is any time that he's connecting his mind to his body. So for him, it was just walking. For other people, that's sitting still and really focusing on your breathing. You know, for other people, sometimes that's just like sitting on a back porch or sitting by a lake and just sort of being conscious of your physical self and your thoughts. So yes, I do practice it. I'm not like the best at it. I know some people that are really, really into it, and I know for a fact that they get like some really great benefits from it. If you're having trouble, I would just start small. You know, just wake up in the morning and just sit alone without your cell phone on your back porch or your front porch every day, and do it for 5 minutes, and then do it for like a week in a row. And then the next week try doing it for 10 minutes, and then maybe read some articles about like real deep meditation. It's hard, you know, you're not going to get it all at once. Like, to be able to focus on your breathing and not let your mind drift away is like a real skill that you have to practice. Oh, and also there's a great app. It's called Headspace. I'll put the link to that app in the description of this video, but that app really helps a lot. That shit's great too.
Awesome. And our final question for the day is, how do you maintain a balance of all of life's gifts in recovery?
I don't. If there's anybody watching this that has a way to maintain balance, definitely let me know. I've often talked about this with my sponsor, who like I get advice from, and from, you know, other people that I help out. I think balance is really that thing that like we're always searching for, and there's like real brief moments where I feel like I'm on an even keel, but for the most part I'm always like a little bit ahead somewhere in my life and like a little bit behind somewhere else in my life, and it's just sort of like that constant shifting and adjusting of those different aspects. So, you know, I don't want to say that like I'm out of balance, because I feel pretty even keeled, but I wouldn't beat yourself up if like there's parts of your life that you feel a little bit behind on, because that's just sort of kind of the way it goes. You know, at any given point in my life, I can think of a few things just like, man, like I really need to stay on top of that. But I can also think of a few things where like I'm really doing well with and that I feel good about. So be easy on yourself. Everybody is always sort of just fluctuating with what's important at any given time. With that being said, kind of all these questions are kind of aligned. So like my exercise definitely helps me stay even keeled. The meditation stuff that I do helps me stay even keeled. Reading at night before I go to bed helps me kind of shut my brain off, and like I keep my cell phone away from me. So all of those things keep me a little bit more balanced than I would be otherwise. Is that all we got, Jake?
That's all the questions we got for today.
Great. Thank you everybody so much for watching as always. If you need to get in touch with me, you can email me at tim@sobernation.com. I'll put the email address right down here in the corner. And I appreciate you guys so much. So thanks for watching. Stay sober. Reach out to me if you need anything. Talk to you next week.